has 2 aunties who's her sister. That's who raised me. I was raised to be genuine and respect everyone and everything around me.
You know, being by the team, and it will be some games where like I get 2 targets. You know, those guys really helped me get to where I am today, you know what I'm saying, as a young player.
In the intense world of the NFL, fandom isn't just about support. It's about passion and sometimes disdain. We cheer for iconic quarterbacks, marvel at record-breaking receivers, and respect the bone-crushing tacklers. But there's also another side. The players who fans and analysts love to hate. These are the guys who ignite heated debates on sports radio, whose jerseys get burned in parking lots after losses, and whose names are met with groans and boos when announced at opposing stadiums. We're diving into the most controversial figures who become lightning rods for social and cultural debates. Remember the quarterback who took a knee during the national anthem, igniting a firestorm of conversation about racial injustice? Or the flashy wide receiver with a checkered past, leaving fans divided on his talent and off-field antics? Then there are the defensive players known for their brutality, raising questions about sportsmanship. And let's not forget the fallen stars whose legal troubles cast a long shadow over their once celebrated careers. These are just a few examples, a taste of the combustible characters we'll be dissecting in this video. So buckle up, football fans. We're about to delve into the fascinating and sometimes infuriating world of the NFL's most hated players ever. Number 10, Colin Kaepernick. All right, let's dig into one of the most polarizing moments in NFL history. Picture this. It's 2016, the San Francisco 49ers are gearing up for a preseason game, and suddenly Colin Kaepernick's sitting on the bench during the national anthem. The crowd doesn't immediately catch on, but by the third game, the silence around him is deafening. Reporters swarmed, fans were buzzing, everyone wanted to know why. Kaepernick broke his silence soon. He wasn't standing for a flag representing a country that oppresses black people and people of color. His words hit like a bombshell. This is bigger than football. There are bodies in the street and people are getting away with murder. The fallout was explosive. Some labeled him unpatriotic and disrespectful to the military, while many hailed him as a courageous advocate for justice. Kaepernick's protest spread like wildfire. The fans erupted with mixed reactions.
He's entitled to his opinion. We fought for that. I just think
ridiculous. It just pisses me off. You know, I'm just frustrated
because it takes attention away from the proud men and women in that community who serve where the attention should.
His teammate Eric Reed knelt beside him, and the image went viral, igniting a nationwide debate.
Crowd and players stand. You can see Kaepernick kneeling on the sideline.
But Kaepernick's commitment was unwavering. He donated $1 million to charity, putting his money where his mouth is. Despite his rising support, Kaepernick's career took a nosedive. The 49ers struggled through a 2-14 season, and he opted out of his contract only to find himself shunned by the league. It's widely believed he was blackballed. No team wanted the baggage of signing him. The controversy raged on. Even President Trump jumped in, his fiery condemnation fanning the flames. But a statement was made. They insisted their protest was about police brutality and social injustice, not disrespecting the flag of the military. While Colin did it all for a noble cause, Cam Newton turned out to be the opposite. Number 9, Cam Newton. Cam Newton, Auburn's star quarterback with a Heisman Trophy potentially in his grasp, faced some trouble off the field. Word on the street was that things had gotten a little too creative in the classroom back when he was at the University of Florida. Apparently, academics hadn't been quite as thrilling as throwing touchdown passes, because reports claimed he had been caught cheating on assignments, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Things reportedly got so intense that he ended up transferring to a junior college in Texas to start fresh. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Cam, bent on not giving up his habits, decided to cheat again, but this time on the NCAA with his father as an accomplice. There were rumors swirling around faster than a wide receiver running a post route that during the latter part of the 2010 football season, Cam Newton found himself at the center of a major controversy. Allegations surfaced that his father, Cecil Newton, had attempted to secure large sums of money in exchange for Cam playing at a prominent college football program. A clear breach of NCAA regulations.
Your life, but you said you were scarred leading up to the draft by just some of the things in the media. What got to you the most?
The threats on a person who you've known as long as you've known yourself.
Cam Newton was declared ineligible after the NCAA discovered evidence that Cecil Newton had requested between $120,000 and $180,000 from Mississippi State in return for Cam's commitment to their football team, violating the principles of amateurism. As if that wasn't enough, Cam continued his pattern of dishonesty by cheating on his girlfriend at the time, Kia Proctor, with whom he had 4 children, by having a child outside of their relationship.
Girlfriend at the time, you know, we had a family, and I made a mistake. I hurt her and I jeopardized our family at that time. And I had a child outside of our relationship.
This only fueled animosity towards him from fans, igniting an uproar. While number 9 hid behind his father's coattails and let him take the brunt of the situation, number 8 on our list wanted nothing to do with his child. Yikes. Number 8, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's path to the NFL wasn't without dark turns. After excelling at Garden City Community College, he landed a spot at Oklahoma State in 2014. However, his time with the Cowboys was short-lived when rumors surfaced about him and his girlfriend at the time, Crystal Espinal. We're talking arguments that went from shouting to throwing punches, not the kind of touchdown celebration anyone wants. That December, he was arrested on domestic violence charges. Crystal Espinal, who was 8 weeks pregnant with their child, reported a violent altercation. According to Espinal, an argument escalated to physical abuse, with Hill choking, punching her stomach, and hitting her face. Understandably worried about her unborn child, she sought help from the authorities.
Those guys, those fans, they have every right to be mad at me. You know what? Because I did something wrong, and I just let my emotions get the best of me, and I shouldn't have did it. They have
Another scandal that intensified the fans' animosity towards Tyreek Hill was when child abuse charges surfaced against him. Things got messy when Hill and Espinal's 3-year-old son ended up with a broken arm, and the police came knocking.
I told him that he gets whooped. I told him that he gets whooped, but I don't use a belt, which is totally different.
You do use a belt, and that's sad. Even my mama said you use a belt.
When have I?
Yikes. The Chiefs knew about it, but let Hill play ball anyway. Talk about a head-scratcher. In the end, neither Hill nor Espinal got charged with child abuse, but authorities weren't exactly convinced someone wasn't playing rough. The NFL put their investigation on hold, waiting for all the details to emerge. Through it all, Hill clung to his innocence, maybe a little too conveniently. Hey, gotta protect that multi-million-dollar contract, right? It sure looks suspicious when someone accused of hurting a kid keeps their job. If you think you've seen it all, wait till you see who's next on our list. Number 7, Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's rise to NFL stardom took a shocking turn in 2021. Lauded as a top-rated quarterback, his career became an off-field fumble. It all began when massage therapist Ashley Solis accused him of sexual assault during a home appointment, alleging unwanted touching and exposure. Solis's harrowing words, "a horrible nightmare," painted a disturbing picture. This wasn't an isolated incident. Within days, 24 more women came forward with similar accusations of inappropriate behavior during massage sessions.
Industry, they accused the quarterback of inappropriate behavior during massages over the past year. One of the accusers says Watson forced her to touch his privates and perform a sex act.
The situation escalated further when 10 of the women filed criminal complaints against Watson. Despite these serious allegations, 2 grand juries declined to indict him, leaving the legal case unsettled. Suspended QB Deshaun Watson mumbled a sorry not sorry through the Browns' mouthpiece. He claims to be taking responsibility, whatever that means, and is busy becoming a better him, himself included. While he sits out games, he'll be cheering on his team from the stands, not the locker room. But hey, at least he's excited for Cleveland's future, right? With his suspension ending, Watson got another shot on the field. But the question remains, can he outrun the controversy that continues to cloud his career and replace anything other than disgust and hate in the NFL fans' hearts for himself? While the guy turned out to be a total pervert, harassing women all while having a girlfriend, number 6 on our list also wasn't as forgiving to his significant other as he cheated on her. Number 6, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the NFL's golden boy with a trophy case overflowing with Super Bowl rings, has a legacy some might call inflated, just like the football fields at the center of the infamous Deflategate scandal. Brady, the man himself, boasts stats that are undeniably impressive, but for many fans, a nagging suspicion lingers, a dark stain on his achievements. Deflategate, the controversy that erupted after the 2014 AFC Championship game, exposed a potential willingness to cheat for a competitive edge. The Patriots, Brady's team, were were accused of using deflated footballs, which can be easier to grip and throw. While Brady initially denied any involvement, an investigation concluded he was generally aware of the scheme. The consequences? A slap on the wrist suspension and fines for both Brady and the Patriots. Fast forward to his recent roast, his joking confession about Deflategate felt more like a calculated attempt to rewrite history.
I was generally aware that someone may have deflated my footballs. You could have just given me the $20 million and I would just told you I fucking did it.
Was it really a laughing matter? The scandal cast a long shadow, raising serious questions about the integrity of the game. Brady's dominance on the field is undeniable, but Deflategate remains a bitter pill to swallow for many fans. It's a constant reminder that perhaps Tom Brady's winning ways weren't always achieved through honest means. Furthermore, Brady went all the way, cheating not only in his games, but also on his supermodel wife, promptly leading the two to divorce.
You have 7 rings. Well, 8 now that Giselle gave hers back, but...
Tom Brady, the guy who was hated for his success and his cheating, seems mild in comparison to Terrell Owens' tantrums. Coming up next is number 5 on our list. Number 5, Terrell Owens. In 2006, Dallas Cowboys star Terrell Owens faced a suicide attempt scandal. Reports surfaced of Owens overdosing on painkillers. Police found him unresponsive with empty medication bottles. An initial report claimed Owens admitted to harming himself. Owens fiercely denied it all, with his publicist claimed it was an allergic reaction to painkillers combined with supplements. The situation worsened with a partially redacted police report mentioning suicide attempt and drug overdose. Adding fuel to the fire, Owens practiced with a team before a press conference. There, he vehemently denied suicide attempts and any stomach pump procedures. Owens' publicist even accused the police of taking advantage of him. The drama ended with the police labeling it an accidental overdose and closing the case. Owens maintained he was never suicidal, but the incident left a mark on his season. Furthermore, after a game against the Atlanta Falcons, cornerback D'Angelo Hall claimed Terrell Owens spat in his face.
Locker room and apologize to D'Angelo Hall. Make him believe that you are sincerely apologetic for your actions. I don't believe you 1 second that you're sorry that you did it. You're sorry that you...
Officials and reporters missed it, but Owens confirmed it in a post-game interview with the NFL Network, apologizing and explaining his frustration. Hall said he lost all respect for Owens, who later claimed it was an accident during their trash talk. Despite no video evidence, the NFL fined Owens $35,000. Initially refusing to talk to Owens, Hall was convinced by Deion Sanders to speak with him, and they later stated they cleared it all out. Terrell Owens had more drama than a reality show. Falcons cornerback D'Angelo Hall said he lost all respect for Cowboys wide receiver Terrell Owens after Owens spit in his face Saturday night, allegedly on accident, wink wink, and got fined for it. Classic T.O. If you thought Owens spitting and being a diva was the worst thing an adult could do, wait till you see the terrifying and sometimes illegal tackles done to number 4's opponents. Number 4, James Harrison. Remember Harrison in 2010? Forget touchdowns and interceptions. That season was all about penalty flags and fines raining down faster than confetti after a Super Bowl win. The guy racked up more fines than a jaywalker at a busy intersection. It started in week 2 with a celebratory backflip that earned him a fine. Things only got worse as Harrison took out wide receivers like Josh Cribbs.
Creative on offense, Josh Cribbs in the Wildcat, and you see at the end, helmet-to-helmet contact between James Harrison and Josh Cribbs.
And quarterbacks Drew Brees, Jason Campbell, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, often with late hits. By the end of the season, his fines totaled $120,000. Harrison also caused a stir with his Men's Journal interview and photo shoot featuring him holding 2 handguns, which did not sit well with fans as the NFL had a little bit of an image problem with guns and crime previously. His comments, especially about not helping NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell if he were on fire, ruffled some feathers. He also criticized teammates, suggesting Ben Roethlisberger change his playing style and calling Rashard Mendenhall a fumble machine. Harrison defended his fine hits, disagreeing with the NFL's safety approach. The interviews sparked discussions about player-commissioner relationships, team dynamics, and player safety in the NFL. Whether loved or hated, it definitely got people talking. While number 4 was going all Undertaker on fellow NFL players, number 3 was delivering hits which landed his opponents early retirements. Football fans, now gear up for the top 3. Number 3, Bill Romanowski. Bill Romanowski, the NFL legend, wasn't exactly known for his hugs and puppy kisses on the football field. In a friendly team scrimmage, he accidentally, or maybe not so accidentally, put the kibosh on his teammate's career with a well-placed fist to the face. Gazing far into the night, I raise my hand
under the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't.
The teammate, not surprisingly, wasn't thrilled and sued Romanowski for a cool $3.4 million. Let's just say the judge wasn't feeling Romanowski's roughhousing defense, and the teammate walked away with some serious cash and probably a grudge. Romanowski also had a habit of collecting fines like Pokemon cards. Kicking someone in the head, spitting on someone, ripping their helmet off, all part of Romanowski's unique brand of encouragement. He even got in hot water for calling a quarterback boy on Twitter. Oops, guess that play wasn't in the playbook. While number 3 was keen on physical fights, number 2 will surely make your eyes pop. Ray Caruth did the unforgivable. However, it sounds quite similar to our number 1 on the list, no? Number 2, Ray Caruth. Former NFL player Ray Caruth walked free Monday after serving 18 years for a shocking crime. Caruth, 44, was convicted of plotting to kill Cherika Adams, the mother of his unborn child, in 1999. The motive? Avoiding child support. The attack left Adams paralyzed and later took her life. Miraculously, her son Chancellor survived a C-section but suffers permanent brain damage.
For the loss of her daughter. I'm apologizing for the impairment of my son. I feel responsible for everything that happened, and I just want her to know that.
Caruth expressed nervousness about his release, fearing public scorn. He also spoke of wanting a relationship with his son, currently raised by Cherika's mother, Sandra Adams. However, Sandra remains fiercely protective, vowing Caruth will never have custody. He'll never be raised by a stranger who tried to kill him, she declared. Caruth now faces a 9-month post-release program, restricting his travel and potentially hindering any attempts to connect with his son. It's a complex situation with no easy answers. The public likely won't forget the tragedy, festering negative emotions towards the former player, while Caruth grapples with re-entering a world forever marked by his horrific actions. Finally, let's see who's number 1 on our list. An all-time NFL legend until he wasn't. The most hated man in America in the 90s. The guy who polarized the entire NFL fandom. Number 1, O.J. Simpson. Of course, O.J. the Juice Simpson tops this list of the NFL's most hated players, the man who got away with murder. The LA jury's swift not guilty verdicts in the O.J. Simpson trial in '95 exploded on the national scene, laying bare a society fractured along racial lines. This spectacle exposed a truth many Black Americans had long contended with. A profound racial disconnect existed within the supposedly impartial justice system. How, they asked, could a predominantly white jury follow this case with such rapt attention, yet completely miss the glaring realities of white supremacy that permeated the trial? The worst part was that Simpson outright laughed when confessing to murdering Nicole, his wife.
Well, they're gonna feel whatever way they're gonna feel. They're gonna, whatever they want to feel.
Even today, the O.J. Simpson verdict remains a source of bewilderment and lingering anger for many. The answer, for some, is as clear as it is infuriating. The acquittal was a direct result of the insidious influence of white supremacy within the American legal system. O.J. Simpson's legacy, even among Buffalo Bills fans, became so tainted that his remarkable football achievements were overshadowed and largely forgotten. Once celebrated for his record-breaking performance, Simpson's career should have left an indelible mark on the sport and on the Bills' history. However, his off-field actions irreparably damaged his reputation, causing NFL fans to remember him as nothing more than a criminal. Simpson's later conviction for armed robbery and kidnapping in 2008 compounded the damage. His repeated legal troubles and the negative media spotlight they attracted overshadowed his athletic accomplishments. Bills fans, who once proudly celebrated his contributions to their team, found it increasingly difficult to reconcile the football star with the notorious criminal. As a result, by the time of his death, Simpson's football legacy had almost entirely been eclipsed by his off-field notoriety. Discussions about his time with the Bills or his NFL records were rare, as fans predominantly remembered the controversies and legal battles that defined the latter part of his life. The dark shadow of his personal actions ultimately erased the bright highlights of his sports career from the collective memory of even his most ardent supporters. So there you have it, folks. Our not-so-flattering countdown of the NFL's most hated players. Did your least favorite loudmouth, dirty tackler, or interception magnet make the cut? Remember, hate can be a strong motivator, and these guys definitely stirred up some emotions on the field. Let us know in the comments below which player you absolutely love to hate, or if we somehow missed the public enemy number 1 in your eyes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more gridiron gossip, glory moments, and guaranteed hot takes.